you're okay. Good to go.
We all set?
Yep.
Hello, folks. The gavel has a different ring. Sorry I've been out for a few weeks with pneumonia. As we go through today's agenda, if my voice dies or David and Jen find something I made a severe error in, I hope they jump in and say, Ed, while you were gone. So anyways, good to be here, folks. Nice to get out of the house. I'm sure my wife's happy about that too. We'll start with our town clerk report.
Okay. I don't have very much. It's been extremely busy filing payroll taxes the last few weeks. We've had new laws, a new payroll system, and that's taken up a lot of our time, so I really don't have a whole lot that I've been working on other than that. So I did have a question on special town meeting. Is there a warrant article ready yet, or?
The warrant is not ready. We
Okay.
expect to have it ready next week.
Okay. Great. Did you want to publish that at all yet, or wait till the warrant article is ready to go?
There's nothing to publish yet.
As far as the date, special town meeting, I
Oh,
didn't know
yeah,
if you
you can
wanted me to
publish
put
the
that out
date.
there.
Yeah,
Okay.
27th, 6 p.m. Right.
27, 6 p.m.
That's what we said.
Okay.
We don't. 27th at 6 p.m., yeah.
Okay. And other than that, just to review, we have had some movement on the foreclosures, the pending foreclosures rather. We are down from 18 accounts down to 13 accounts.
And
So
when's foreclosure?
it's February
16th?
16th, I want to say.
I think that's right.
Yeah,
Okay.
there is there's one that I'm still trying to find information on in New York. I did hear back from New York, and they have no record of this person. So I need to take that to the next level.
Is it an owner that's been there for a while?
It's a landowner.
Okay.
Yep,
But have they owned it for a while?
yeah, they
Okay.
have, yep.
Maybe you and I can talk, maybe it's somebody that I have fun communicating with, I don't know.
Okay,
Yeah.
yep. So, but other than that, we haven't had any notices come back other than that one, so.
Good.
Yep. That's all I have for today.
Trying to catch up a little bit.
Yeah.
How do we do, or how are we doing with the checks for the main, for the plumbing and the electrical from that were missing and all that stuff? Did
Yep.
that get,
Oh,
No, please, go ahead.
okay, yeah. Eric is working on those, finally got them off center, and Eric he's actually starting at the beginning and working forward.
now Eric's our deputy,
That is
but
correct.
I just want to make sure people
Okay.
might not know who Eric
Okay,
was.
Yep, yep. And I forwarded him the spreadsheet that I used. He was gonna do it on a manual sheet that Jesse put together.
Yeah,
Jesse, not being a real computer person, wasn't interested in the spreadsheet, but spreadsheet makes it so much easier, so. Hopefully next week we'll at least have a first batch.
okay, and the state knows we're working on
I
this
will push for that.
diligently.
I believe so.
Right.
Oh, I don't know, I haven't communicated with the state.
Okay. I thought they were the ones that were,
I emailed them to see kind of what they wanted to do and how they wanted to go about it before Eric got started, and I didn't hear anything back.
Okay.
So they can't be too concerned. I think the plan is to submit the permits by batch.
Yeah,
From what is that right? Okay,
Yeah.
so cutting the checks by batch, I think, once the
Right.
permits are put together. Okay.
right,
Okay.
yep.
and the other thing was the reserve account.
That's coming. As soon as I get these
It's
checks.
still there?
It's still there, yep. There's a few other things that are ahead of it, but it's there.
Oh, how about Chris Sanborn? Is he coming in at any time to help out with the
He is. He was taking kind of inventory of what we had, and then we're gonna make an appointment. So he's got
Okay.
all the information he needs at this point. So as
Okay.
far as these are the computers we have, and he has to just figure out when he's coming and what he needs to hook him up, if he needs anything at all. So, yep.
Alrighty, thank you, Danielle.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Can I go back?
Good luck.
Thank you.
Last week's notes have been approved in this week's agenda, and the bills are being paid.
And you still need to initial today's warrant.
Oh, okay, thanks.
I think that's the only one. You did the warrant request from the clerk's office.
Yeah, I think we're all right, yeah. I think we're all right. Thanks, Dave.
Yeah, thank you.
As we talked previously, there'll be an ad in the next week or so in the shopping guide about a special town meeting. We have 3 or 4 items that will be going on that special town meeting. More procedural than spending, but certainly important items. Nothing from the code enforcement officer. York County Sheriff's report. Can probably take that out
Okay.
because as of the 1st of the month, the state police will be handling our fair town.
And they are providing some sort of report, aren't they?
I don't think so. There was no
No? Oh,
no
okay.
plan to. If they had to back up the state police, maybe they would, Dave. I don't know. There's nothing
No,
formal.
from the state police.
Yeah.
Oh, the state police is
Yeah.
supposed to have a report, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, no, I'm not expecting anything from sheriff.
No, the state police has been very good in the sense of giving us a monthly report, basically, how they're doing or how we're doing.
Mhm.
Meant to ask Danielle about the dog licensing that went. Was that successful?
With Trio, like the new, this.
Well, no, the dog licensing was due by January 31st. Is that, do we know?
Yeah,
We don't know.
yeah.
Okay.
No.
Planning board, the next workshop is February 7th. Appeals board. We have a note here from the town attorney, with Mr. Moreau's attorney, with Mr. Nelligan's attorney, and they're trying to get this resolved, so. Everything takes months, years in the court systems these days. Comprehensive committee, next meeting is January 20th.
Tonight.
January 30th, 6 o'clock. That sounds like tonight, you're right. That's why Harvey's sitting here very patiently. Secaucus Road update. I don't know, Dave, you had any?
No, I'm hoping to hear something in the next week or so, because they were hoping to hear something from CMP by the end of January. My guess is we haven't heard anything from CMP, because that's how they've been.
And the next step is they have to almost re-clear everything again, right?
You mean physically?
Yeah.
Oh, the lot's gonna have to be cleared again, yeah,
Just-
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Yeah.
We did have a few things here for budget items for this year or next year, really. Dispatch services, Maine provides out of Gray. It's costing us $10,000. up a bit from last year. This is where all our emergency calls go and get rerouted and dispatched.
Did the select board so approve?
Hmm?
Does the select board approve that amount?
Don't have much choice, so yes.
Thank you. They sent an e-doc, Ed, that I have to, you know, it's on the computer and I type in your
No,
name
they
and
get
off it
one.
goes.
Generally, we put this in the, you just give us a signature page for us to sign off on.
It's an e-doc.
Yeah,
Oh, good.
She has to do it online.
Wonderful. Anyways, thank you, David. West End Camp Agreement. This is just reaffirming that the camp allows the town to use the boat ramp, and that the Long Pond Association is responsible for really maintaining the condition of the pond. Right now, we're paying $2,200 to the camp, to Long Pond Association, gets voted on every year at the annual town meeting. And this provides support for Long Pond Association to monitor and look at the boats that are being put into the pond, so that milfoil and other invasive plants don't occur.
Ed,
Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to say that the easement agreement includes a cost of living or a consumer price index increase every year, and that was basically what the concern was and why it's on the agenda, is that we comply.
Okay.
So if they put a request in, we're not gonna, that's an increased amount, we're not gonna increase it then by the CPI, are we?
No, I don't
No.
think, no, they,
It's just if it stays the same, we would increase it.
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
correct. And they were more than happy to figure that out for us if we needed. Yep. But I think we can do it.
The Selectman's office did get a new used copy machine that does everything. Debbie doesn't really have to do anything now. She turns around and looks at the machine and it
Edmund?
starts working.
Ed,
But David found that through contacting a few other office people, and this was a used machine out of Porter. Yes? Okay.
It's from a company called
Okay,
Porter
it's a
Office
used
Machines.
machine from Porter
Okay.
Company.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're based in North Conway, and it's who our other machine is from also. We've been very happy with the hardware and with their responses, and so we decided to go with them again.
Does everything but connect.
There we go.
Well,
I-
yeah, the issue there is the
Yeah.
wireless setup, so we'll have to look at that.
There's been some concern about, discussion about opt-in marijuana, cannabis for the town to opt into the program. Probably 2 or 3 years ago, we opted out. JP and Espinoza and Trevor Sanborn submitted this. They've submitted the applications twice and have failed to meet a couple of the guidelines. So we were planning to talk to them concerning maybe some other options. And I don't know if you want to discuss that now, or you want to wait, or how do you want to do that?
I think we need to come up and make sure we know what we're gonna recommend. I mean, first thing is we have rejected their submission based on the fact that, with information from MMA, the people who signed, or some of the people who signed the petition were not shown the full, articles
Yep.
that were to be included. And we verified that by talking to some of the people who signed the petition. And that it can't be like that. So we have rejected the submission. The only other option is that, well, no, there are a couple of options. We could segregate the opt-in portion, which doesn't require any additional paperwork, and forward, well, it doesn't have to be forwarded. Basically, we would put that on a town meeting.
For the town to vote as to whether or not it approves the petition of the additional marijuana, or what do you want to call it?
It's opting in, it's allowing
Yeah, right.
marijuana. Now, I don't know if, did they specify?
Yeah.
That's where I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Is it recreational, medicinal, or just marijuana?
And we should be saying cannabis,
Cannabis.
because it really,
Yeah.
you know, Yeah. yeah, that top half would be, shall the town of Parsonsfield, Maine opt in to the adult use, and it should be cannabis program, and enact the following proposed.
Okay, so adult use is
Right.
recreational.
Correct.
Okay, this is not medical.
Right.
This is recreational.
Well, we're in medical.
No, we're not.
We're not in the medical. We don't have any medical.
There are two times that people can raise marijuana in Parsonsfield. One is for personal use,
Yeah,
and the other is if you are a caregiver
Well, that's
and you
what I-
have
okay.
patients. That's
Yeah.
not
okay.
medicinal. It's used for medical purposes, but it's not medicinal marijuana. Cannabis, excuse me. Okay, so now where was I? I forget.
I think basically we decided that, you know, to have a special town meeting to opt in or out could be voted by the town.
Right.
And then,
Right.
then we would go from there in terms
Yeah.
of getting the ordinances to the planning board and then
Because if the town votes to opt
opt
out,
out.
then there's really no need for any more
Correct.
work on the
Yeah,
subject.
yeah. Yeah.
So we would hope, that might be one of the items on the special town meeting.
Yeah, we haven't decided if that's gonna make it on this
Right,
one or not.
but that's
Yeah.
the thought anyways.
Right.
All right,
Okay.
we have a note here, road commissioner working on FEMA reports. Hopefully the town can get some money from almost 2 years ago now.
Here, oh, I see, okay, yep, never mind. 7.5.
Yeah, the fuel assistance and the
Yeah.
reimbursement
Yeah.
funds, yeah.
Right. So this is a program where we work with the Masons, local Drummond Lodge, and they're saying that they can help out, help people who are in need. No,
Fuel assistance.
is it just fuel
The
assistance?
fuel assistance is from the main part of the Masonics.
Okay,
They want to know if we were involved with them at all here at town programs, and which we're not.
right.
But they do help people
Uh-huh.
when they need help. They did the backpack food program, or am I saying that wrong?
N68, the
Yeah.
backpack
Yes,
program.
yeah, they gave money for
Gave towards that, right.
Some bicycles, they purchased some bicycles. Yeah, but I haven't heard anything back yet. She wanted to know what the taxes would be if they had to pay taxes. So the person that I emailed back and requested funds for fuel assistance.
Right. Wanted
She-
to know what the taxes were?
Well, the taxes was because I made a comment in the bottom of my email that, that yes, they were a part, this Masonic was a part of Parsonsfield, but they are tax exempt. And so I sent that, and then she wanted to know, I think she wanted to know, like, to maybe figure out if they could give us a donation, what they could base it on,
Okay,
so.
since she wanted to know what their real estate taxes would be if they
If-
were taxed.
Yes,
Okay.
Right.
yes,
Got it.
yeah,
And that's pretty easy to figure.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
All right. So
Yeah.
have you sent that along?
Oh, yes,
Okay.
oh, yes, it's gone, yeah.
All right. So I guess we just wait
Yep,
for now. All right.
All right,
Wait, there's one more there. Reimbursement funds for costs of launching adult use.
where are we? I'm sorry.
7.6,
7-6.
Oh, okay.
last page, way back.
Do you want, since you're involved with this, Jen, why don't you go over it?
It's a reimbursement program from the Maine Office of Cannabis Policy for municipal reimbursement for funds to use, to cover the costs of the planning board, ordinance workings, and legal fees, if we need it. So that's basically what this is.
So if we opt in,
Yeah.
This could come into effect.
this.
Yeah, it's only for towns that opt in, so.
Okay. Dave, you got anything?
Let's see, a couple of things. First of all, we had, if you listened to last week's meeting, you knew that we were out of heat for over a day. And a couple of things have come from that. I've approached J.P. Carroll with the possibility of keeping some spares here. It was out so long because they couldn't find one of the parts. So, talking about the possibility of keeping some spares here. It's also brought to mind, and Harvey, you'll be pleased to hear this, the possibility of replacing the boiler. I spoke briefly with the tech that was here from J.B. Carroll, and he said, yeah, what they would do is replace that one boiler probably with 3 small ones. And that gives you a couple of things. First of all, it gives you redundancy. If one of them fails, goes offline for some reason, the other 2 can keep you at least warm. May not keep you right up to temperature, but they can keep you warm. The second thing it does is when we're heating for hot water, heating the boiler for hot water, which does heat our circulating hot water system, you only have to run one of those boilers, not all 3 of them. So instead of the 600,000 BTUs that we're putting out in that big boiler, we would end up just running, assuming they just split it in thirds, 200,000 BTU unit. And it would be more efficient and cleaner. And so anyways, that's something we're we're investigating.
And run on propane.
Oh yeah, with
Yep.
propane based, yes. Other than that, let's see, check my notes. I think that may be it for now.
All right. Thanks. Harvey, you got any?
You get Jen, you didn't ask Jen.
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
You didn't ask Jen.
Yes, I did.
Oh, I think did you like with the cannabis on this?
Oh.
Yeah. Well, actually, I do have something else I'd like to say.
All right.
All right. The town is considering becoming a partner in the community resilience program that the state of Maine has. And if we can do this, it allows us to apply for a grant that could potentially also buy this furnace that Dave was talking about. So that's in the works. We'll see if we want to develop a policy for that.
That's a no-cost,
Right, it's,
Deal.
right.
Yeah.
And SMPDC would work with us on becoming a partner and also on grant work, writing the grant. And lastly, the Mainstream Crossing grant that was handed in a couple of weeks ago requires a match of $5,000 by the town. I think I brought this up before, but it might be on the special town meeting to see if the town would vote to approve $5,000 to go towards $200,000 that we're hoping to get as grant money, towards culvert repair, particularly on Benson Road.
Those two big culverts, yeah. One was like 500,000 or something, or?
Yeah, we're not there yet.
No, we're not
that
there
one.
yet. Not
No.
that one.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, not that one. Yeah.
Not
yet.
that one, okay.
Yeah.
But
All
we
right.
can't put that one out of our minds, because it's
Right.
still there.
Not going anywhere.
Yeah, unfortunately not.
Alrighty. Young lady, you've been sitting there very patiently.
Well, I didn't set up a time tonight, 'cause I didn't know we were gonna.
Well, what would you like to talk about?
Cliff, do you want to come and sit a little closer so people can hear you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure, love to.
Okay.
I'm sure it's all right, because I didn't set up a time to talk to you, but I would like to, so.
We've all seen your email and read it.
Oh, you have,
Yes.
okay. And I wanted to see who you guys were, all of you, and meet you, and I've been going around the different towns, because I really love our veterans, and so for a long time I've been doing things for our veterans, and so this is something I wanted to propose to the different towns, to see what everybody wanted to do, and I've already had this approved by the state, and so then it goes to the select people to naming a bridge after our veterans. And so I've already discussed this with Porter, select people, and they're going to put this on their town annual meeting, I think it is in March. And even though I know that you won't have your meeting until September, if this is what I would like to propose, if once Porter has their meeting and the bridge, I don't know if I got the number on that. No, I don't have the number with me, but it's the bridge that Parson Field and Porter share on Main Street.
2332.
Thank you. And I should remember that by now. And so that's the bridge that I've suggested, and it's been okayed by the state. The state owns all the bridges anyway, but they still want to give the select people, and if the select people want to give the townspeople a chance to vote in on it, that's basically where it should go anyway. And so the bridge, I'll show you a picture that I printed off, and that was basically what it was going to start out with to begin with, is a Veterans Memorial Bridge. But then I okayed it with the state that it would seem more warmth to it if we put in the town. And Keezer Falls already has the bridge named Keezer Falls, the Keezer Falls Bridge. And so, as not to take away from Keezer Falls Bridge, that we could name the bridge, if it passed and everything, if you gentlemen and ladies felt that we could go forward and have a vote on it, to name it the Keezer Falls Veterans Memorial Bridge. It wouldn't be any cost to the town, and if it's approved, all the state would need is an approval letter from select people, the name of the bridge, the location, and then DOT would put the signs up like that one there, only it would have Keezer Falls on it instead of the way this looks. Or if the town wanted it like this, the Veterans Memorial Bridge, it could be named that. So that's basically what I've been working on, and it's been like a couple of years, and it takes a long time to go through this stuff, and I've been going around different towns. And at first it was just going to be the Veterans Memorial Bridge. And then I was approached by one of the towns that they would like to see the town name added to it. And then the only thing I felt was, if we're having one bridge name, and it's going to be the Veterans Memorial Bridge, it won't leave any of the veterans out, you know. I don't want to see any veteran get left out. They really deserve something. So then talking with back and forth with the state, that they've approved that I can go around and the people in the different towns can have a town meeting and have their own bridge named after their town, and just like Keys Falls Veterans Memorial Bridge. So that's kind of where I stand with all of it, and that's why I'm here with you guys tonight, and ladies, to see what you think about it. And then I wanted to add to this, once Porter has their meeting in March, now if it approves, then that's fine. Then we have to wait for your town to vote on it. If it doesn't go through, then I would let you know. So it would stop right there and you wouldn't have to think about it in September. But if it does go through in March, and you have any other meetings coming up, a special meeting or something that you might be able to add, a vote on this before September, that, you know, that would be great if you could do that. But if not, we'll wait till September and go from there. So, anybody got any questions for me?
Do you know anybody through the Legion Hall? Do you know anybody over there in Porter, as far as Legion Hall goes?
I have talked to those gentlemen in the in the past when I was getting a Veterans Monument put up, and I have talked to them. That was like 6 years ago, so I could go talk to them again. But
Okay, well, you have two veterans right here, so.
oh my gosh, no kidding. Well, thank you for your service.
Well, thank you for your trouble.
Oh,
while you do this.
I love doing this, and I've helped get, not that I'm looking for anything special, it's just that, I don't know, since I was young, and my aunt had a son who was a POW in the Korean War, and he was a POW for 3 years. And as a young child, I remember we didn't have TV back then, and I can remember how my aunt was heartbroken. She would listen to the radio every day, listening to see if Philip Anderson was being released, you know. And you can't imagine what she was going through all those years. And I know she's not the only one. So all of that brought my attention to monuments. And my mom, before she passed away, we were always going to Washington, D.C., looking at the monuments. And they have a Korean War memorial there that every time I go there, I get crying. And I get thinking of my aunt, you know, and the soldiers that are out there. It's just amazing how they made that up. So because of that, I just wanted to do more stuff for the veterans. And my aunt, after her son passed away, Philip Anderson, she wanted to do something for him. And so I was still working and everything, but I suggested, well, what would you think about getting the medals that he deserved? And she was just all for that. So we worked on it for 5 years, because when they had, and you gentlemen probably know this, that in Washington, D.C., all the papers were burnt at one time years ago, and Phillips was some of them that got burnt. So we had to prove to the state that he was in the military. And also, my aunt dug out all the pictures she could, and the family dug out whatever paperwork they had, you know. It was just an amazing time that we went through. And then after 5 years, by Godfrey, on a Saturday morning in the mail, my mom and I were getting ready to go up Blue Bay Harbor for the 4th of July, and I got this little box in the mail, and I opened it up, and it was a Medal of Honor for my Philip Anderson that came to me. And I was hoping that the soldiers could bring it to my aunt's door, you know, to make it more personal. But it didn't matter. We got that medal, and I had to go over and show it to her and give it to her. And I took a picture of her where she's holding it up, you know. And I mean, it was just amazing, you know. So it's all those little things is what brought me to do all this, what I've been doing for the veterans. And I helped get 3 veteran monuments. And I am a member of On a Flight Maine. I don't know if you've heard of it. And I bought a flyer to leave with you gentlemen. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry, I don't mean to leave you out. And I'll leave that with you. And for any veterans that you know that would like to go on the flight, they can go for free. a volunteer like myself and the board members of On a Flight Maine, we work together to help raise money. And we got 6 flights coming up this year, so I've been going around the different towns, and so you're hearing everything I've told everybody else, you know. Probably everybody's getting sick and tired of me, you know, but it's a great opportunity, and I actually, every store I go into, and I'm in Portland all the time, and every time I see one of these caps with U.S. Army or U.S. Navy, I go up and say, thank you for your service. Have you ever heard of On a Flight Maine, you know? And I have approached so many soldiers that never heard of this program, and I give them a flyer like this, and you just apply online if you want to, or you can, there's an email address, you can ask to apply, have them send you paperwork and apply that way, and just get your name on the list, and then they go down the line and start with World War II vets. And through this bridging that I've been working on with Porter and Parsonsfield, I got to see this gentleman, and his name is Adrian Durgan.
I know he-
He's a World War II veteran, and I about flipped out. And I'm talking to the lady he lives with that takes care of him in Freiburg. And I just did this like 2 or 3 days ago. And she's setting it up so I can go talk to him, because we would love to have him go on this trip. And so it's the Brownfield Historical Society. She's a member of that. So I wrote to her today, seeing when we can meet, and hopefully he can get to go. And what happens is, for these ladies and guys and ladies, we had a lady that went last year. She was 101 years old. Oh my gosh, and she was a live wire, you know, and we volunteers get so much benefit from it. They think that we're doing so much for them, but they don't know how much they're doing for us, you know. And people's crying, you know, and all this and that. And so this lady, I went up to her, because you get a chance to talk to all of the soldiers, and they have these wonderful stories to tell you, you know. And some of it just takes you to the heart like this. When you leave the building, you know, you just break down because you can't help it, you know. But anyway, this lady, I went up to her and I said, what do you think of going on this trip? And she said, I never thought I'd get a chance to go on this trip, and I'm so happy. And her daughter went as her guardian, and she also was in the military, so it made it so perfect. And so WCSH-TV lots of times goes on the flight, and they take movies, you might have seen it on TV, and they relate to all the people on the plane and put it on TV so everybody can see what's going on. And WCSH-TV, they just raised $200,000 for On the Flight Maine. And some of us volunteers were taking the calls and taking the donations. But so this is partially, you know, what they do. You get a guardian to go with you. If you a family member can go with you, that's what they like. Your hotel and everything is all paid for. And the guardian has to pay $500. But it's worth it. It pays for your plane ticket, it pays for your hotel, it pays for you being a guardian and going around and seeing all the memorials, which they do on Saturday morning. They spend 7 hours out there looking at all the memorials. Now, I've had gentlemen, and the board have heard this many times, that the soldiers are so afraid of the pee-in thing, the bathroom thing. So they have that all taken care of, you know. They stop at every memorial. Before you go see the memorial, we have a pit stop for them to go look at before they go see the memorial, so they can take a pit stop. Then if they're afraid on the plane, they have Pampers, or whatever you want to call them, depends, and they have a med techs and nurses that go on the flight, so if there's any problems, you know, they're there to help out. So anyway, I've probably taken more of your time than I should have.
Well, let's go back to the bridge
Let's
for a
stay
minute.
with the bridge.
Let's go back to the bridge.
Okay.
You want to let us know what happens in March with Porter, and then,
Sure.
okay, then we can fight over a name or something?
Yeah, you can let me know if they've changed the name, so I can let the state know what's going on, you know?
Sure.
And,
There's no name on the bridge now.
oh, it's called the Case of Falls Bridge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's called the Keys Falls Bridge, and I thought probably the townspeople all knew this, and they probably wouldn't want that to be taken away, because it is beautiful with the falls behind the bridge. But no, you don't have to name it that, no. So, but let me know what you would like to name it, so I can write it down, and, because I've already presented it as the Keys Falls Veterans Memorial Bridge to Porter, plus the Veterans Memorial Bridge, whichever one they would like. But if you think of something different, let me know, so we can all be on the same page, so if they're gonna vote
Yeah.
in March, okay, if you do that, and we'll
Uh-huh.
kind of keep in contact if we could.
Sounds
So,
good.
Yeah, so, any other questions, or?
Could I have that
Not at this point.
to present to the Legion Hall, because there's some members there that
Yeah, I can
well,
go
we're
over
not
there.
getting any younger.
I know, and that's why I'm out here, hey, I'm gonna be 82 years old, so I'm trying to do everything I can before I die. I keep telling everybody I want to do as much as I can, before I die, so I will see about the Legion, and also the Sonic Hall down Cornish, there's a lot of veterans that belongs to that, Green Leaf Lodge too, so that's kind of what I've been doing, so I guess, can I be
Very good, thank you.
discussed?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for having me, I appreciate that.
All right, folks,
Thanks, Calista.
Thank you.
hope some veterans are out there listening and learned something. And thank you very much.
Thank you.
I have a few things to add. Now or after, it doesn't matter.
What-
You wanted that.
Oh, this is from last year. Thank you.
Very hard,
Huh?
very hard to do.
Yeah, I can tell. All right, folks, well, Harvey,
Yeah, just a few things, I'll make it quick. Dave, that furnace, have you got a quote for it yet?
No, we just talked about it
Okay.
briefly with the tech last week.
Yeah, the other thing is, could one of those units carry hot water all summer long?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's why I say we only have to run one of them though. Yes.
The ARPA fund request, I had a couple of ideas here. One was getting, some emergency equipment for an emergency. Things like maybe a wheelchair. I noticed last time we had a dinner that somebody could have used a walker. A young lady that was across from us could have used a walker. I don't know if we can get those donated or whatever, but we can try and look at that.
Hobby,
What?
Rescue has a
Medical
room,
closet.
has a medical closet
Right.
with all those items there for use.
Yeah. So where is this place?
Where the storage units are, right there,
Storage units?
in Parsonsfield.
Okay.
They have an office there.
Oh, okay, all right. I'll ask.
Yep, talk to Mike.
The other one was, I don't know if the ARPA fund includes the fix and paint Secocas
who?
salt shed is in bad need of repair over there now. It should be on the docket someplace. We may have some money for it already.
Should be on Myers' docket.
Not the painting.
No, but the repair,
The repairs, yeah.
Well,
Maya.
yeah.
Well, there was a
Damn it.
We're
recent,
we're talking the salt shed, Secaucus,
It's
right?
been that way a couple of years.
The middle
It got
section,
knocked out further this
Yeah.
year.
the middle section that got ripped off,
Yeah.
Meyer did down.
there's been more, not mine.
Yeah, Bill has knocked it out further. Bill, our current contractor, has knocked it out more.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yes.
Yes, he did
A
some
wall.
damage to the
Yeah.
sidewall. The other one was a cleaning thing. I've got something here, Jen. This is what my granddaughter put together.
Oh.
If you go through that and maybe we can come up with a quote, for you. if necessary, or how you want to handle that, or if you're going to put it up for bid or whatever. She is all set, she's insured, she's got all the credentials, and tax, whatever, that she needs to get going on.
Is this covering the building itself, or just,
Yes,
oh,
that's for.
the whole building? I'll let you pass it around, I'll,
Is there a price there?
Can we,
no.
can we talk about it
Some of
next
it.
week?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean, it looks like it's evident that it needs to be done after last week. We caught it in a lot of stuff.
What, you don't think it looks
It
good
was
now
back
after
in
we
today.
cleaned it?
Yeah, it was clean today.
Yeah. So, you know, those things are
Mm.
up there. And we're looking to have, it was requested last year that the Budget Committee wanted to have an early discussion about things that they wanted to look at. So I'd like to get the names of the current Budget Committee members and their contact information. I
That would be
guess
Danielle.
I'd talk to Danielle about that. And I think that's all I've got to bother you with. I guess I can save the rest of it for the
Thank you, Eric.
Thank you.
All right, folks, until next week. Have a nice week. Supposed to be nice weather out, so stay safe.
Nice to have Ed back.
Who?
Nice to have Ed back.
Oh,
Need to get you some hearing aids.
That's true.
Turn up this
I
miracle
just
here.
got one of mine fixed today that's been broken for a while. I'd lend it to you, but I need it.
I tell you.
Don't tell me anything yet.